Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Nafizatul Qalbi and my student is 19033046, and now I will tell you about some unforgettable moment. One of which is when I was elementary school. I went to the city with my father to check the construction progress of our new house. The location is 2 hours away from our house in the village. We went there by motorcycle. It was just the two of us. So my father sat on the front and I sat on the back. We left the village at 10 a.m. in the morning after having a breakfast with our family. It is my habit to be sleepy when I'm full. Within the first 10 minutes of our trip, I already yawned so many times. My father slapped my hand and reminded me to not fall asleep on the road. I tried to do as he said, but I just couldn't bear it anymore. So I hugged my dad and I slept. A couple minutes later, I woke up because I felt like my right leg was being dragged down and it hurt. I screamed and my father stopped the motorcycle. Instantly, it turned out that my foot was stuck in the motorcycle rim. Blood was everywhere. My father tried to pull my leg slowly out of the rim. After 2 minutes of effort, we finally made it to pull my leg out. My father took me to the nearest doctor right away. The doctor removed my sandal and cleaned the wound. He then examined the wound and gave it some medicine. After that, he covered the wound by using bandage. When it's done, he told me and my father that the one that got injured was my little toe, and because of the accident, my little toe was cut in half, so it may not grow nail anymore. The doctor also said that I got lucky because the sandal that I wore that day was very thick, so it stops the rim from cutting more of my foot. After that, we said thanks to the doctor and we went back to our village. Besides that, I also have an unforgettable moment story, namely, I start to learn how to recite Al-Quran when I was 5 years old. My teacher house was 2 blocks away from my house. So whenever I want to go there, I have to use bicycle. There were so many kids studying with me at the moment, and when the class was over, sometimes we played together before we headed back to our house. One day when the class was over, I went to a park with some of my friends. We were just cycling around the park when suddenly I fell from my bicycle. My body was thrown to a bus. When I tried to get up, I saw a small beehive hanging on the bush. I thought it was empty because it was so small and there is no bee flying around it. The shape is interesting for me, so I decided to touch it. But unfortunately, the hive fell down and broke within seconds. A swarm of bees shot up and flew toward me. I panicked and tried to run, and the bees were faster. One of them flew straight to my nose and hit my nose with its sting right in the center of it. It hurt too much that my tears dropped continuously. My nose turned red. My friends tried to help me by swinging their hands toward the bees. After a while, the bees left us. We decided to go home after that. On the way home, my friend told me that my nose was swollen and red. They also say that it was pointed. When I arrived at home. I showed my nose to my mother and tell her the story. My mother smiled at me and said that it was okay and it was not dangerous. She also said that it was a natural immunization. Ever since that day, I promised to myself that I will never mess around with bees anymore. Okay, those were the two stories of unforgettable moment. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.